How big is your faith? Because you're going to get tested. You will get tested. I'm passing by the Children's Hospital. Every person in there, faith is getting tested right now. Why? You got mamas that just had babies. New mamas. Old mamas. You got babies in there that are sick. You got babies in there that are dying. You got another hospital over there. Your faith will get tested even when you don't feel like being tested. And the closer you strive to have a good relationship with God, the more the test will come. Let me tell you, it don't get any easier. It only gets harder, and your endurance needs to be picked up. Man, sometimes I wish, and I pray, like, man, God, give me some relief. And like, man, I get to the office today, and here's some good news. Immediately after, I made a big boo-boo. The responsibility falls down to me. I made a big boo-boo that I have to call a customer and say, look, this is not good. And I'm going to try my best to make it good. And it sucks. Then boom, something else good. Like, man, this may be like life-changing good. That's what we shoot for, life-changing good. Then boom, go and do something that I regularly do, like deposit money into the bank. And you go to these walk-in ATM machines. I go put a fair amount of cash that I collected in there. ATM takes it and then shuts down. I go to the teller, says, hey, this sucker just took my money. Oh, well, we use a third-party system to do that, so you're going to have to call this number. I'm like, yeah, but I want my money. I want my money credited into my account. I like literally am paying bills off of that money. Okay, well, they'll credit you. Okay. Call them up. Yeah, we'll credit you tonight. Like, man. Literally, what the heck? All I did was use your system. Well, I deposit that type of stuff all the time. Never had a problem. I always end up getting a receipt. There's only one time I did have a problem, I got the receipt. But my point being is, the closer you get and strive to get to a better relationship with Jesus, which is all what Lent's all about, the harder it's going to get. It's a mental game. It's which turns into physical, because I tell you, I'm not. People that meet me may think it's all good. It ain't all good. I am in the battle for my life, and I'm watching my wife and kids go through their battles. I'm watching one of my daughters go through her battle. Both of my daughters. And at the end of the day, I tell you, it's kind of agonizing. I'm watching my parents, my dad and mom. My dad's going tomorrow, 3-hour drive out of town to go visit a doctor because I can't figure out what's wrong with him, with dizziness and blood pressure and all this stuff. It don't get easier as you get older. You just have to run the race harder. The endurance has to be better. Your resourcefulness has to be better. And I'm just telling you that through this experience, that I know you see people say how awesome their life is. Man, there is times in my life that it's extremely awesome and joy-filled, okay? But my life is full of growth and suffering, and in order to grow, you have to suffer, because you're going to just see things and process things, that's tough, man. And you'll be caught continuously with just not saying the right things, not doing the right things. But that is all designed to grow you closer to God. I truly believe, and I told this morning to a buddy of mine, when you look up the lives of the saints, what you don't see, you read, man, these were some very, very holy people. What you don't see is that everybody around them that was talking trash about them. What you don't see was that they were totally misunderstood people at their time. So their friends and families like, man, who do you think this guy is? I mean, that's just some very conscious thought that I had today. Was like, these saints are not normal people, and they might have flew under the radar, but flown under the radar. And one in particular, I forget his name. He's from up north in Canada, I believe, and like he held the door every day for mass. He was the door greeter, and people came around, they talked to him and stuff like that. But how many people passed him up and was just like, well, and he just opened up a door? But what he was doing was, he did some major palanca. He did some major sacrifice, and he offered up the masses to everybody in the mass, day in and day out. And he prayed for people continuously. And people were attracted by it. And he had people from all around that turned around, and they went to him. And they went to this mass, and eventually when he passed on, they built a big old church. So, how big is your faith? How big is your faith? I hope it's big. I hope mine's big. When I say it out loud, it helps me get big. God bless.